By order of Caesar, all visitors must disarm and relinquish all banned items.
Okay.
Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave.
Okay, we are live. Just making sure, you know, I gotta make sure. So this is the forts.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
The legionaries at Nelson were killed to a man. No survivor.
You are here to fight in the arena. Then you are talking to the right man.
I like to fight in the arena.
That can be arranged. You will be facing off against a couple of disobedient slaves. Not much of a challenge.
I'm ready.
Remember the rules. Light armor and machetes only. And of course, to the death.
Alright, we'll see.
Good luck.
Yep.
Over here. Let them fight it out among themselves.
God damn. Oh, okay. Oh, that's hilarious. Look at you.
As expected. It wasn't much of a fight. But what can you expect from slaves?
Oh, goodbye. Yeah, but it looks kind of cool though. Like, it's different.
You must enter Caesar's tent.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Listen, I do not like being out here, and I don't trust Caesar. I don't think we should go in there. This cannot be a good idea.
There's nothing to be afraid of, Willow. I've got your back.
That does make me feel better. But I'm worried about you too. If you want me with you, I'll come.
We're already here. We're already here. I don't want to kill him though. I don't. That's my, just threatening him. You know what I'm saying? You can try it. That I decorate this tent with your guts.
Praetorians, to me!
You'll pay for that.
Okay. Alright, sorry. Bitch!
You're the courier who caused so much trouble for my legion, and yet you dare come before me. All the bribes I sent to the Omertas ended up buying me nothing. The garrison I established at Nelson has been wiped out. You even disrupted a promising weapons deal with the Van Graffs. So tell me this, because I really want to know. I am feared, with good reason. But you, of all people, dare to come here and stand before me, the mighty Caesar. What were you thinking?
I had to see the mighty Caesar with my own eyes.
Maybe I should have you struck blind so my face is the last sight you ever behold. Look, you do know why I wanted to meet you, right? A man nearly kills you, so you track him across the breadth of the Mojave. You arrive on the strip and waltz into the Lucky 38 like someone left you a key under the doormat. You visit the tops, and next thing you know, the head of the chairman is fleeing the strip like a whimpering little pup. When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started?
How do you know so much about me?
I have eyes and ears everywhere. It behooves me not to invade the West blind and deaf. It hasn't been hard to track your progress. It's not as though you've been keeping a low profile. The time is fast approaching when my Legion will assault the Great Dam and invade the West. Before that happens, I want Mr. House knocked out of the game. A quick 1-2 punch, with you doing the punching.
What do I have to do?
Down the hill, at the west edge of camp, is an old building. It was here when the fort was taken in 2277. Inside the building is a hatch. And inside that hatch are 2 steel doors that bear the sigil of the Lucky 38 casino. Now that same sigil is on the platinum chip Benny was carrying when we captured him. Isn't that interesting? Even more interesting, there's a slot about the same size as the chip on the console that opens the hatch. So you know what I think? I think the platinum chip opens those doors. Doors that can't be pried open, or drilled open, or blasted open.
Yep.
Because all that, I tried.
And once I'm inside?
I want you to destroy whatever you find in there. And then I want you to come back here and tell me about it. So go to the building and take this fucking platinum chip with you. My legionaries will meet you there, with your weapons and equipment. Talk to Benny on your way out. He knows I'm going to let you decide how he dies. Maybe you want to remind him.
Look at you. Look, get out the way. Yeah, I know. Bitch ass. We should kill him right here.
Go ahead and laugh, baby. I ain't blind to the humor in this situation.
You have no one to blame but yourself.
Did I say I blame society? I know why I'm here, baby. Do you? Down to brass tacks. How'd your meet and greet with Baldy go?
He gave me the platinum chip.
Sure. Baldy wants you to go down there in the bunker and destroy whatever Mr. House stashed there. Oh, you don't want to do that, baby. Whatever's down in that bunker is the key to the city called Vegas. So here's what you do. You go down there and you use the chip to do whatever Mr. House would have wanted you to do. And when you get back to the strip, you find Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful. Dig?
Caesar says I get to decide how you die.
Try not to smile so wide, baby. You might break your mouth. Yeah, Baldy said you'd get to decide. So which way you leaning?
Do you have a preference?
Yeah. To die in my sleep at a ripe old age after a marathon session of hey-hey with 30 sex-starved broads. You'll set that up? Look, I ain't a harbor for illusions. I ain't expecting to get out of this shindig alive. That's why I'm trying to hand you my scheme, baby. It's called having a legacy.
Hold on, I have an idea.
Sweet to offer, baby, but if you cut these ropes, every legionary in this camp's gonna come running. With machetes. Now, on the other hand, if I had a stealth boy and a bobby pin, I could see myself out. Know what I mean?
Take these. Meet me at the 188. I'll deal with you later.
Baby, your generosity and spirit of forgiveness? Off the charts. This little care package is everything I need. I'll take it from here.
I suspect you'll be a valuable asset to the Legion. Assuming you're really on our side, of course.
There's something you needed me to do?
There's a gambler, Martina Grosbeck, who has a knack for learning other people's secrets and passing that information along for a price. The Omertas, who run Gomorrah, have become suspicious of Martina's frequent visits to their casino. Soon they'll pay her a visit of their own.
I'll check up on her.
Good. Martina frequents the Vault 21 gift shop on the Strip, Hurry along, and she still may be in one piece by the time you get there.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
About the burn man. Like,
what a load of Brahmin shit. Can you believe that guy?
where did you come from, bro? Yo. I don't think either of us can fully understand what he thinks the tribe has gone through.
A fair point. But from the perspective of someone west of the Colorado,
Yo.
the man is clearly out of his mind.
Where did you come
Maybe
from?
he didn't intend for things to wind up this way. But that doesn't mean he needs to perpetuate this bizarre anachronistic myth. And it doesn't mean that we should sit by and nod our heads at every absurd faux Roman casus belli he can dream up. He's a tyrant, the bad kind, and there's no way we're letting him take Hoover Dam.
Yo. Yeah. I could have told I could have sworn I told this nigga to wait. Where did this nigga come from, bro? No, he really got me fucked up right now, dog.
Kaiser has permitted your weapons to be returned to you while you serve him.
Okay, cool, alright.
Kaiser has put a lot of trust in you.
Alright, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? That's cool.
Hey.
What's up? Let's go. Damn. Get out of the way! What's that?
I see you reached your destination safely. Shall we get to work?
Caesar wants me to destroy this place.
Was that meant to be a shocking revelation? Of course Caesar wants it destroyed. He's afraid of what the bunker might hold, and rightly so. But you're not going to do that. You're going to do the smart thing, and work for me.
Now, what do you want me to do?
The Platinum chip is a data storage device. I need you to manually upload the data from the chip to the facility's primary computer. There's a terminal at the other end of this facility. There's a complication. While I can broadcast to this screen, I can't control any of the facility's systems. That means I can't deactivate its security bots, most of which appear to be active according to the status board I'm looking at.
What will you do with your Securitrons?
My army will do what an army does best. Defend territory from invaders and maintain order.
Let's see what happens.
I like to think you have enough sense to do the right thing. The rewards for doing so are immense, as are the punishments for not doing so.
Hey, ain't no punishments. That's a lot of them.
Engaging multiple hubs.
here is done. Return to the Lucky 38 so we can discuss next steps. You have a very bright future ahead of you. Thanks to your actions today, so does the rest of mankind.
You've carried out Kaiser's will, but I must confiscate your equipment again.
Sure.
I felt the ground shake a while ago. I'll take that as a sign you've got the job done. There are rewards for doing as I command. Today, your reward is vengeance. You get to decide how Benny dies. Go to Benny. Let him know what you've decided. My Praetorians will perform the execution, unless you want to perform it yourself.
Let me see that.
Consider it the first of many bestowments.
I'm already done. I already dealt with him. What does this mean? Please.
Let's press on, shall we?
Yes.
As I was telling you before, I want Mr. House out of the picture. You have an interest in his death, too. If he knows that you destroyed his gadgets beneath the fort, he will strike back. You know where to find him. How he dies, I leave up to you.
Okay.
Good. Don't know what kind of security he has inside the Lucky 38, but if you can find a way of catching him off guard, do so.
What do you want?
Who are you?
Your superior.
What do you need from me?
Like fight.
There's a captured NCR trooper available. Sergeant Andrews. He's already been challenged once and survived.
I'm ready.
Careful in there. He's tougher than he looks.
Over here!
And just like that. Just like that. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. Come on.
A good fight. Some NCR troopers can be competent fighters.
Alright, let's fight.
I have a dangerous one for you. An NCR ranger by the name of Stella. We got lucky, since we rarely capture rangers alive. Even though she's a woman, she's killed every man that faced her in the arena. Even one of the elite Centurions, with her bare hands.
I'm ready.
Watch out for her. She's one of the deadliest fighters I've ever seen.
Alright.
Shit, did I just say that out loud? Over here!
It's not fair, dog. It's not fair, dog. That is just not fair. Look at that claw, man.
Unbelievable! You defeated Stella in combat?
Oh, yeah, man. That job. I'd like to find more.
Sorry, but there's no one left who would be a challenge for you. You have performed admirably. A feat worthy of the Legion.
What do you know about the Burn Man?
It's not something we like to speak of. The Burn Man was our greatest warrior. Even greater than the Legate. But he failed Kaiser at the dam. He's been dead for several years now. But rumors say he still lives.
Goodbye.
Go.
Though you aren't of the Legion, you've aided us more than once. We acquire many items on our way. Some useless to us, some forbidden. I've provided you the location of a drop box where you can obtain these items. The box will be replenished every few days. Please be aware that we'll assume any items left in the box will be unwanted and be removed and destroyed.
Goodbye.
Wale.
Okay.
Yeah?
What brings you to the Mojave?
I followed a bounty here not long ago, but the trail ran cold. I've been getting by working as a caravan guard, but it's not the same. I should get back on the hunt, but I just don't know. I used to pride myself in finding every mark I was after, but I lost him.
Where are you from?
Everywhere and nowhere, partner. Does it really matter?
Tell me about the bounty you were after.
Might as well, he's long gone. A fellow by the name of Glanton. Used to work as a scalp hunter for the NCR. See, back when the Republic was brushing up against some nasty tribals and raiders down south, they hired Glanton to clean them out. Glanton and his gang were making so much money that pretty soon they stopped caring about whose scalp they took, be it women or children. Brass tried to put a lid on it, declared him an outlaw, but it didn't matter. Settlers loved Glanton, made him into a hero. If settlers or miners run into trouble with tribals, they hire Glanton. It wasn't until recently that the government got serious about him. A few months back, the NCR finally put a bounty of 10,000 caps on his head. I decided it'd be worth my while to go after him. Just my luck, he drifted south of the Mojave when I was trailing him. Rumor is that he was meeting up with some old accomplice, Judge Richter. Apparently this guy ran with Glanton years ago. You don't by chance know anything about him, do you?
I killed a judge.
Wait, that was you? I heard the judge was killed by a pack of geckos, ripped him to pieces. They're very territorial, you know?
Why don't we work together? We can split the bounty on Glanton.
Not a bad idea, especially considering your background. Anybody can take down Richter is qualified in my book. I do have to ask, though. You're not in bed with Caesar's Legion, are you?
I haven't committed to any faction just yet.
Good to know. I can respect that. Look, I'd like to get started after Glanton right away. Are you ready to go?
Sure.
Good, I guess we'll start where I left off, up north of town. A trader by the name of Tonopah Tim said he sighted Glanton up there.
Russell.
That kid underneath the 188? You know, the one with the squirrel trap on his dome? Creeps me the fuck out.
Hell no.
What's up?
What happened to your face? I really like to know.
Oh, you really want to know? Fuck you. I don't ask about that scar on your dome, so pay me the same courtesy, okay?
How can I best make use of your skills?
Point me towards the fucking bad guys? Really, I've learned to make do with whatever I've got. I prefer an assault rifle, but I'm handy with a blade as well. Just don't stick me with some dumb fucking unarmed weapon, okay? Nothing worse than charging into a shootout with your bare fists.
Can you tell me anything else about Glanton?
There's a lot of scuttlebutt about his origins, stories of his family being killed by tribals, him swearing vengeance, probably bullshit. Not surprisingly, he's supposed to be a devil with a knife, very quick. Runs a tight crew also, real authoritarian. Once he sets his sights on a tribe, they're gonna get theirs one way or another. He's never failed to fulfill a contract.
Where did you grow up?
Look, we're working right now. I'd prefer to focus on the task at hand, if you don't mind.
Alright, bro. Let's go. Just eating and talking to my nigga Russell, I can't. Hey.
Penthouse floor.
Penthouse floor.
I take it you've come to deliver the platinum chip?
I have some questions to ask first.
I'll be happy to satisfy your every curiosity once the platinum chip has been delivered.
We need to discuss payment.
Our terms were clear. Now that you have the chip in your possession, any attempt to renegotiate payment would be tantamount to blackmail.
I have some questions to ask first.
This is not the time for Q&A. Kindly hand over the chip.
There.
Such a small thing, isn't it? And yet so capacious. So very dear. Decades of hiring salvagers out west to search for this little relic in the ruins of a place called Sunnyvale. Back then, anyway. That's where the chip was printed, on October 22nd, 2077. It was to have been hand-delivered to me here at the Lucky 38 the next day. But the bombs fell first. Suffice it to say, the delivery was never made.
What happens next?
A great deal shall be happening. A cascade of events with you taking a central role. At the moment, however, all you need to do is take the elevator all the way down to the bottom level. What you see there will help you understand the significance of what you accomplished at the fort.
My company do it all in the motherfucking way.
Step closer to the demonstration area, if you would.
I'll be right back while this is going.
I expect you're well familiar with my Securitrons by now. The titanium alloy housing that protects its electronic core deflects small arms and shrapnel easily enough. Its X-25 Gatling laser, produced to spec by Westinghouse Inc., is deadly against soft targets at medium range. And for close-range suppression or crowd control, the Securitron is armed with a 9mm submachine gun. All of this you probably already knew. What you did not know is that these are the Securitron's secondary weapons. All this time, my Securitrons have had to get by running the Mark I operating system, which lacked software drivers for their primary weapons. Today, with the delivery of the Platinum chip, all that changes. Behold, for the first time, Securitrons running the Mark II OS. The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitron the ability to engage ground and air targets at significantly longer ranges. And a rapid-fire G-28 grenade launcher ensures the Securitron is deadly in close-range engagements. The software upgrade also includes drivers for the Securitron's highly sophisticated on-board auto-repair systems. Altogether, the Mark II software upgrade confers a 235% increase in combat effectiveness per unit. The city of New Vegas finally has soldiers worthy of protecting it. Return to the penthouse now. We have much to discuss. Trips to the basement are rarely so educational, don't you think? I've since broadcast the upgrade to every Securitron in range of my transmitters, and I must say, it's causing quite a stir down on the Strip.
I'm black. I'm black. I'm black. I'm black. I'm black. Why show your hand like that? Now your enemies know what you're up to.
I'm surprised you can still underestimate me after everything you've seen. I haven't shown my hand. I've shown one card. I've given my enemies a single provocative datum upon which to fixate. They have no idea what other cards I'm holding. It's a strong hand, believe me. I dealt it to myself.
You think your Securitrons can defeat the Legion and the NCR?
Why would I want to go to war against the NCR? They're my best customers. If their leaders weren't scheming to steal Vegas out from under me, I'd have no troubles with the NCR at all. The foundation is laid. My Securitrons on the Strip are upgraded, and those at the fort ready for action. Now it's just a matter of adjusting the attitudes of some lesser groups while we wait for Caesar's Legion to attack Hoover Dam.
What's the next step?
Outside New Vegas, at what was once called Nellis Air Force Base, resides an unusual tribe known as the Boomers. They are, shall we say, aggressively reclusive. They have several howitzers they fire at anyone who dares approach the base. Artillery of this sort has a range of several miles. If it's going to fire on Hoover Dam, I want it firing at my targets. If not, then I want to make sure that the Boomers don't sign similar treaties to fire their guns in support of the NCR or Caesar's Legion.
I'll make sure they support the right side.
Use extreme caution when approaching the base. Their firepower is considerable. Recently, one of my roaming Securitrons observed a man near the base studying the pattern of its artillery fire. Maybe he's learned something.
Any interest in helping us with Mr. House's data network? I'm still good for the medical supplies.
I hate you so much. Not good enough.
I'm afraid that's all I can offer. Well, I won't keep... Let me know if you change your mind.
Please leave me alone.
This ain't your business. Walk off and forget you saw anything.
The Legion is watching out for this woman. Go ahead, cross them. I dare you.
Shit. Look, we're just following orders. We, need to take this up with the boss.
Thank you so much. They were going to kill me. I need to get out of here. This isn't what I signed up for.
You were lucky I might not be around next time.
I know. Thank you so much. I'll be careful from now on.
Why would a man just have to kill you?
I don't know. I mean, I may have overheard some things at Gamora that I passed on to the CR.
Alright, bro.
That's about it.
You went with the NCR. It was the Legion who sent me to protect you.
No, you're wrong. I would never work with slavers. I only talked to Captain Curtis at McCarran.
You're a spy.
No. Well, not really. I mean, I'm not listening through doors or sneaking around or anything.
I like that in the front.
People talk loud, and I just pay attention. The NCR likes to keep tabs on the activities of the families, and they pay me good caps to hang around casinos and keep my ears open.
Dangerous work?
Honestly, if I knew it would be like this, I would have never agreed to this. The NCR just wanted me to gamble and listen. It sounded too good to be true.
Alright.
Goodbye.
You there? Are you here for the delivery job? Come closer, please. Yes, I recognize you. A regular courier would suffice, but you... Well, this is fortuitous. You're a person of many parts, aren't you? I heard you cheated death. Left quite a mark around here. Nothing like being dug out of a shallow grave to give you perspective, eh?
How do you know about that?
All this time, everything you've done, your choices, the people you've killed, you can't control that story. You may not realize it, but you're becoming the stuff of legend. Whether you like it or not, if not for my infirm condition, I'd be apt to hear your take on things. You have made your choices, seen the consequences. I did much the same, long ago, in another life. I am still paying for those choices. Couriers have a special role, one of trust. I hope you will maintain that fidelity, as this delivery, I can't put this off any longer. I want you to deliver a package to a man in Westside. His name is Bradley. In exchange, I will pay you 500 caps, all up front. Consider it a gesture of goodwill and trust. Is the proposal satisfactory? As I expected, you are perfect for the job. Deliver this letter and key to Bradley, a mercenary under the employ of the West Side Militia. Once the letter is delivered, you are free of any responsibility to me. However, if you elect to assist Bradley, I will be in your debt. I hope this will be an end to things. A just settlement. Good luck, Courier. I would like to be alone now.
Please shut the fuck up.
Shall fly.
So bad.
Fly, let's fly away.
Shut up.
Look, I'm on duty. If you've got something to say, make it quick.
Listen, jack off, I just hauled this letter across the debtor for you. How about some gratitude?
Service with a smile, huh? I'm on watch right now. I don't have time for this shit. Look, don't get your panties in a wad. Let me finish this shift, and I'll sign for the package. Just... Wait, I thought I heard something. Fuck. Fiends from the west.
Of course, it never ends. Kill the ass, but you don't hold like right by her back. Yeah. Oh man. Ah! Let's go.
Big mistake, bro. Ain't this a bitch? God damn. I haven't seen that many raiders since I guarded a caravan passing through 80s territory. You're a courier, right? After that little fracas, color me impressed. You moved like a merc. Glad you were here. Since we got a little breathing room, I'd like to check out that package. A sealed letter. Let's see what it says. Dear Bradley, my name is Joe Sellers. I'm almost certain you've never heard of me. No shit. When I wrote this letter, I was unsure if I'd summon the nerve to send it. Okay. I made choices long ago that impacted you more than you may know. I often question my decisions, how things turned out. We'll get to the point. I am your father. I separated with your mother not long after you were born. The reasons for my decision are complicated. It was not for lack of feeling or to shirk responsibility. Bull fucking shit. On the contrary, I became an exile to ensure your safety. Not long after I met your mother, there was a war, and I was on the losing side. Your association with me could be mistaken for complicity. As a result, I cut all ties with your mother. She went to Reno, and I wandered. I've no doubt you harbor resentment for my actions. Fuck you. If you hate me or only wish to ignore me, I only beg you to accept my parting gift. Consider it my feeble attempt to reckon for your abandonment. I know you have subsisted as a soldier of fortune for some time. I never wanted that life for you. In your life, cocksucker, there's a vault in the Mojave that contains enough wealth to let you start anew. You could leave the hazards of the frontier behind you. There is nothing I can offer to make up for the pain I inflicted on you and your mother, but I still owe you this birthright. It is all that I have left. Make no mistake, this is not a simple salvage. You must walk a dangerous path to collect the means to access the vault. However, I believe your profession has given you the skills and necessary fortitude to see this through. Enclosed with this letter is a key, the first of 3 required to open the vault. The next key is in the Linus Caverns in the Mesquite Mountains. It's been so long since these measures were put in place, I have no idea what you'll find there aside from the next key. I understand if you wish to dispose of this note and erase any notion of connection to me, you would be more than justified. Consider this my last will and testament. Your father, Joe Sellers. No bullshit. Is this some kind of con? Come clean or I'll butt stroke your fucking skull.
I do my job and you want me to get fresh and you want to get fresh? Fuck you and your daddy issues.
Careful. Shoot the messenger can take on a literal quality. I just wanted to be sure you're not pulling one on me. Sorry I got you all hot and bothered. What the fuck am I supposed to make of this letter anyway? Some old coot writes me, says I can have his legendary stash. Even if it's a con, it's shit. He expects me to go digging through fuck knows what kind of shitholes to get some keys? Fuck that noise.
Fellas didn't strike me as a liar or huckster. Letter could be the real deal.
Still, I have no way of knowing if he's just another asshole. If he's what I think he is, ex-Enclave, that could be worth my time. Those old bastards still have munitions dumps scattered around. A lot of pre-war tech sells for a mean price out here. Fucking Van Graffs gouge the shit out of everyone. It'd be fun to undercut them. I'm not opposed to investigating this, and I'd be willing to split some of the goods if you help out. Seems you know how to handle yourself. Only thing is that I'm under contract to West Side, and as you just saw, there's something of a fiend problem. I don't know where they get the manpower, but fiends keep coming out of the woodwork to attack West Side. Even though badass bounty hunters killed some of their ringleaders, it seems someone else is stepping in to stir them into a frenzy. Rumor has it some strung-out witch doctor has the fiends on a drug-fueled holy ward against West Side. Really, I couldn't make this up. It seems he's holed up in the old Hoffman mine just west of here. If you can take him out, the fiend attacks should taper off. If the fiends are neutralized, I should be clear of my duties here, at least long enough to track down the vault. I have to stand watch, but I'll throw in some caps if you take care of this for me. Afterward, we can strike off together. Deal?
Bet.
Good. Here's a few things I was holding on to. They should help you clear those fuckers out. Just check back with me when it's done.
sakes, have you ever been to Denver? Strange place. Everyone lives in this town. Ah! One time, we got really drunk and one night fell off.
Go. I like dogs.
Damn it. Yeah.
Open wide.
Over here!
You like the sight of your own.
Talk about it. Dead.
Get ready to taste some.
I'm glad that's over.
I'm glad that's over.
Okay. We're back in black.
What is it?
I took care of Shogun.
I wasn't sure if you were serious when you took that on. There's no questioning your commitment now. That should dampen the fiend spirits for a while, so I'm free to travel. Are you ready to go?
Sure, let's get going.
Okay, let's put that Pip-Boy to good use. Here are the coordinates for the vault. But before we head out there, I want to see this old man for myself. If he is who he claims to be, I at least want to look him in the eyes, see what sort of man he is. Chalk it up to dumb curiosity. Let's get going.
Something.
What do you want to know?
Who are you?
Sean Bradley. Never had a middle name, and after my time in the service, I didn't have much use for the first one.
You mentioned time in the service. Why did you leave the military?
Well, let's just say I had an abrupt and unceremonious departure from the NCR's armed forces. Leave it at that. Besides, this vocation affords a bit more freedom than one enjoys as a grunt. Not to mention the pay. There's no comparison.
I'm not trying to break balls, but I'd like to know why you left the service. It doesn't add up.
Oh, you're not gonna let up, are you?
No.
I spent 15 years in the infantry, was 5 away from my pension. I was a staff sergeant when I fucked it all up in Bullhead. I was with President Kimball's Expeditionary Force. It wasn't the toughest fighting I'd seen, but we were pushing hard, getting leaner on supplies and manpower as we pushed ahead. Somebody told me the first casualty of war is innocence, and that's absolute bullshit. The first casualty is fucking sleep. Marching, setting up camp, running night reconnaissance, fire watch, all these things mean next to no shut-eye for the rank and file. The point is that my guys were wearing out, and I needed them alert. A dozing sentry can get an entire platoon killed. So I reconnect with a few old contacts and manage to scrounge up some jet. I thought it would be a stopgap solution, something temporary. Wrong. Before I knew it, half the squad was hooked, so even when I stopped distributing it, the damage was done. Don't get me wrong, it did some good. It may have saved some lives in the final push when some of those boys were running on adrenaline. But when the smoke cleared and we settled in, they were still fiending. Things went downhill pretty quick, and the brass wanted heads to roll. They were threatening every NCO in the company. Hell, the entire division. It started with me, so I jumped on that grenade. Only reason they didn't line me up in front of a firing squad was because of my combat record. Instead, I got 10 years in the brig. I did 5. One of my old NCOs, a man named Lancaster, did me a solid in the trial, testifying on my behalf. Not sure what became of him. So there I was, dishonorably discharged, no pension, no real work skills outside fighting. I was a ready-made merc.
Damn, bro. Have you ever thought about settling down?
It never suited me. Besides, that would mean getting married, and there was only ever one real woman in my life. And she's long gone.
What's that, bro? Who was this woman you mentioned? She seems like you have strong feelings about her.
Christ, you really want to hear this stuff? Okay. The woman, she was every bit a woman, was a good bit older than me when I met her. I was 16, when everything you feel is magnified. Her name was Jessica Wright, married to some big shot in the Wright family. It was freak luck meeting her, really. She had an arrangement with the bishops where they'd secretly deliver jet since her husband was a control freak. One of our guys was sick, and since I was the next slinger in line, young Bradley got the job of delivering jet to Mrs. Wright. I remember seeing her the first time in that black dress. She had dark skin and eyes and those hips. Jesus, I can almost feel them. Maybe it was just good timing, but we connected right away. It was like nothing I had felt before, and nothing since. Jess was the sort of woman who could put crazy thoughts in your head with just a look, not to mention her touch. Jesus, she was amazing. I had dumb dreams about killing her husband, marrying her. She was the focus of my youth, my passion. Maybe I left it all with her. When I had to leave Reno, I wrote her a letter asking if she'd go with me. She never wrote back. I figured she'd moved on. Being in the military, always in camp or on campaign, I tried to forget about her. I had more than my share of horrors, but it wasn't the same. Funny thing is that after all this time, I mostly remember Jess's smell. That perfume, her hair. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her.
Didn't I see her? Some things are best left in the past. You can't blame yourself for someone else's choices.
Maybe you're right. When you're detached from something for so long, it's easy to let nostalgia skew your perception. She made her choices, I made mine. It's just that simple.
Got to ask you something else.
What is it?
Where you from?
New Reno. It's one hell of a town. Maybe not as big as Vegas, but damn, it's wild. I miss it, even with the drama between the families. Not sure if I'll ever get to go back, though.
I want to visit. What was it like growing up in Reno?
My mom died when I was 4 or 5. After that, I was on my own, living on the streets for a few years. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I developed a talent for pickpocketing tourists, and that got me by till I was about 9 or so. Then one day, I pickpocketed the wrong guy. He was a made man, one of the Mordinos. Caught me going after his pocket watch. Damn near beat me to death on the street. I didn't make a noise, though. Wouldn't give that cocksucker the satisfaction. Apparently one of the bishops saw it and liked my moxie. They got me patched up and took me under their wing, got me distributing jet. That's the big moneymaker out there. I turned into a pretty good dealer. Had a solid reputation with the bishops. If I'd stuck around, who knows? I might have gotten made. But, like a lot of things, I fucked it up. When I was 16, young, dumb, and full of cum, I ran into that Mordino fucker again. We were in a bar, and he popped off about that beating he laid on me. Tried to embarrass me in front of everyone. I ignored it. For a while. I waited till he went in the bathroom, then I put him in a chokehold. He started crying, pissing himself. Then I strangled him till he went limp. But you can't off a maid guy and expect nobody to notice. I had to leave town. Mr. Bishop said he couldn't protect me in the city anymore. So I drifted west with a caravan until I saw a recruiting office. When you're starving and homeless, 3 hots and a cot is a damn good deal.
How can a base make use of your skills?
I'm a rifleman by trade, so I fight best from a distance. I'm also trained in hand-to-hand, ground fighting and whatnot. I never use knives. Craziest thing was when I got caught unarmed by a feral ghoul. Big motherfucker. He tried to rip my throat out, so I applied a triangle choke. I mean, it worked, but rest assured you don't want a feral's gaping maw that close to your balls. Guns are so much better.
Yeah, I agree, honestly. So, what's your opinion on Mr. House?
There are so many bullshit rumors. I don't know what to think of him. Some ranger told me House drinks his own piss and lives in a test tube. I've also heard stories of airships, talking death claws, and other nonsense. I tend to be skeptical of these stories. House is in the same category.
What's your opinion of Caesar's Legion?
I spent most of my career chasing down raiders and slavers. From what I hear, the Legion is the same thing, just on a bigger scale. They're no better than most of those other savages outside the NCR. They have organization and discipline, but not much else. But to be fair, sometimes organization and discipline are enough. The NCR tends to forget that and just focuses on fielding warm bodies. I know one thing. We sure as fuck better not underestimate them.
What's your opinion of the NCR?
Good people. Bad fucking leadership. Kimball's okay, but the Senate? Bunch of money-grubbing fat cats, paid off by miners and cattlemen. It's the same in the military. Oliver is fucking useless. Too many of the officers got their rank by playing politics, not from combat experience. It seems to me like we were damn lucky at Hoover Dam. I wouldn't count on that luck to hold 2 times in a row. But if we can win at Zulu, maybe we can hold out at the dam. Either way, I don't plan on being anywhere near here when the music starts.
Who did you fight against during your time with NCR military?
I fight a lot of fucking boredom, that's for damn sure. Jokes aside, it was mainly small bands of raiders, bandits, or slavers. I gotta admit, there were few things more gratifying than freeing slaves. It's an awful state. Slavers treat people worse than their dogs. Maybe that's why I despise the Legion. I hear they have a giant slave camp off in Arizona, mining metal for weapons. Hundreds of slaves there. But I digress. Most of the raiders were just small bands until the 80s came along. Those fuckers are a rough bunch, and they're growing. I ran into a few white legs, also the claws. Those crazy fucks drink death claw blood, wear claws on gloves, and gut you in a second. But most of the maniacs I fought were just murdering slobs camped in the desert. Nothing special. There's a lot of them on the frontier.
Frontier. White leg. Alright. Let's go. I think we should leave here.